Hi, first grade. So I'm back this week with another video, and this week I'll be talking to you guys about time. So first, I'm going to read you a story, and then I'm going to show you an activity that you guys can do at home. So let's get started. This book is called It's About Time. Knowing what time it is. Do you know what time it is? If you do, you probably are looking at a clock or watch. Long ago, people didn't have clocks or watches like you do. When the sun rose up, they got up. And when the sun went down, they went to bed. They told time by the position of the sun in the sky. People discovered that they could use a stick and the sun to tell the time. This was called a shadow clock. They put a stick in the ground, pointing straight up. The direction of the stick's shadow and how long or short it was told them the time. A better kind of shadow clock was called a sundial. Sundials had a pointer and a base. The pointer cast a shadow on marks around the base. People could tell the time by reading the marks. But shadow clocks were not good for telling the time on cloudy days or at night, because without the sun, they wouldn't be able to see the shadow in which direction it was pointing in and how long or short it was. Using fire and water. One kind of clock that didn't need the sun was a water clock. A water clock was a container with a tiny hole in the bottom. Water would steadily drip out of the hole. Marks on the inside of the container showed the time. It took 1 hour for the water to go down one mark. Another kind of clock that didn't need sun was a candle clock. You would know the time by how much the candle had melted. The candle had marks down its side to show the hours, kind of like the water clock. Sometimes people use candle clocks as alarm clocks. They put a nail in the time they wanted to wake up, hanging on a shoe on the nail. When the candle melted down, the nail fell out and the shoe hit the floor with a bang. Clocks of today. Now, there are all kinds of timepieces, from grandfather clocks to watches we wear on our wrists. Most clocks run on electricity from batteries. Many clocks have two hands that point to numbers in a circle on the clock face. These are called analog clocks. You know that. Other clocks that don't have hands, only numbers, these are called digital clocks. Inside one kind of analog clock is carved a bird called a cuckoo. Every hour the door opens and the bird pops out and sings its song, cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. There are many more types of clocks too. Clocks hang in and on buildings. Clocks adorn wrists and mantles. Clocks are everywhere. I hope you guys enjoyed that story, and then watch the next video where I show you how to make your own clock and a fun game you can play to practice telling time. So first grade, as I said, I would come back and give you guys an activity to practice helping you guys tell time. So all you have to do is make a little clock. It was so easy. Took a piece of paper, cut out a circle, and then labeled the clock with the number starting with 12, and then 6, 3, 9, and then filling in the rest. Then I cut out two other pieces with points at the top, one shorter than the other because, as you know, the hour hand is shorter than the minute hand. And then I just took a paper clip, stuck it through the back, so then they would turn. And all you need for this game is this and a dice. And if you don't have one die, then you can go online and just Google a playing dice with, make sure mom and dad are there when you're Googling and finding this website, and I will show you how to do it with my online dice. So you see the dice. So then I have this rule card. So every time you get a 1, you move ahead 5 minutes, or you can move behind 5 minutes. Every time you get a 2, you move 1 hour. Every time you get a 3, you move 10 minutes. Every time you get a 4, you move 2 hours. Every time you get a 5, you move half an hour or 30 minutes. And then every time you get a 6, you move 20 minutes. So let me show you. So I'm gonna start with my, you might have to hold yours in there. I'm gonna start with my clock at 9 o'clock. So that means the hour hand is gonna be at the 9 and the minute hand is gonna be at the 12. Now let's roll the dice to see what happens. I got a 1, so I'm gonna move ahead 5 minutes. So I will take my minute hand and move it to the 1. So now it says 9:05. Another 1. So let's move ahead another 5 minutes. So it says 9:10. A 5. So that means I have to move half an hour or 30 minutes. So let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It is now 9:40. So go ahead, give this a try, practice telling your time. I know you guys are going to do awesome, and I'll see you super soon. Just a reminder for you guys that when the minute hand is at the 12, that means you're on the hour and there are no minutes. So every time you move the minute hand one number, for example, from 12 to 1, you're adding 5 minutes. So in the first example, my minute hand is on the 12 and my hour hand is on the 9. That means I'm at 9 o'clock. Next, I moved the minute hand from 12 to 1 to add 5 minutes, which means 9:05. I rolled again and I had to move the minute hand 5 more minutes. So from moving from 1 to 2, I added 5 minutes to make it 9:10. On my last turn, I had to move half an hour or 30 minutes. So I counted by 5s to end up moving my minute hand to the number 8, which meant I was at 9:40. Good luck!